Namaste and welcome to the Nudge You Need on YouTube. Today we're going to talk a little bit about awareness and the root chakra, which is where we need to start when we want to clear the system of blockages. We'll be practicing a breath technique called the breath of life, which is a way to move your stagnant energy through the chakra system, which will start to create flow so you can release any blockages and discomforts that you may be feeling. There will also be some movements to go along with this so that you can release physical aches and pains as well as emotional blockages that you may be feeling. So, talking about awareness a little bit, I want to mention the breath of life. Your breath is God or the divine or universal energy, whatever your belief system is. But when you take your breath for granted, it's like taking that powerful energy for granted, and then it doesn't serve you as powerfully as it could. So creating a conscious connection with your breath is like creating a conscious connection to the oneness or the power of all that is. And when we remain consciously connected, we raise our vibration, which then puts the law of attraction into positive action. The law of attraction is working all the time. When we vibrate in lower states of consciousness, which is anger or fear, jealousy, attachment, dependency, then we will attract other beings and other situations in that lower vibration. But when we raise our vibration into joy and gratitude and happiness, then we start to attract other beings and outcomes of situations in a higher vibration. But the universe needs to see a commitment from you. If you just practice the breath of life 5 or 10 minutes at the end of the day or half an hour on the weekend when you have time, then you will feel good for 5 or 10 minutes at the end of the day or on the weekend when you have time. But we really want to feel good all the time. So first, this is going to be a practice which you have to keep in your awareness so that you maintain this circular breathing pattern. But in the end, it's not a practice anymore. It becomes a habit. And that's when you really start to notice big changes in your life. When you are constantly engaged in this breath of life on a regular basis throughout the day, then you will not allow things to affect you. You will not allow people to affect you. They may still be coming at you with negative energy and, their situations. But when you maintain the breath of life, you will not allow that to affect you. Nobody can make you mad or sad. You just allow people to do so. And we're conditioned to have that reaction, right? We grow up and we are told that when, somebody dies, we have to be sad. Well, you don't really have to be sad when somebody dies. Instead, you could choose to be grateful for having known that person and for having had them in your life and being able to spend time with them. So this is just a little bit about awareness. The more that you become aware of your own energy, the more you will also become aware of the energy of the people around you. And this is a good thing and a bad thing if you allow the energy of other people to affect you, right? You could be at work and nobody can even be saying anything to you, but that person at the cubicle next to you or in the office down the hall, you can start to feel their negative energy and that can bring you down. But the more you practice the breath of life and you become aware of your own energy, you'll be able to put a shield up. So even if that person steps into your space, you will be maintaining your breathing practice and not allowing them to affect you. The same thing with your family situation, right? If you're living in a house with your family and you don't get along with them or they don't understand you and you really, don't have the choice to leave at the moment, you can use these techniques to kind of block their energy as well so that you can maintain your bliss if that's what you choose to do. So the breath of life is a circular breathing pattern that was discovered or found by Tibetan monks about 6,000 years ago. And it's the first step of creating a tantric practice. The word tantra literally means technique, and it comes from the art of weaving. Tantric techniques weave movement, breath work, and mantra together to create a conscious connection with the divine or the universal energy, whatever you believe it to be. Tantra doesn't tell you what to believe in, it just teaches you how to connect with what you believe in. So you're welcome to believe in Jesus or Allah or Buddha or Kermit the Frog. It really doesn't matter. It just connects you to your higher power, oneness, universal energy, whatever that means to you. So the breath of life, as we inhale, we connect with our lower chakras. Talk a little bit about the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the core. All right, the root chakra is like the roots of a tree. When the roots of the tree are strong, the tree can weather the storms of life. If there's a storm coming or the winds are high, the root of the tree will keep the tree from falling over. So it's the same thing with us. If we have a strong root chakra and we're grounded, centered, when the storms of our lives come along, whether it's we crash our car or we lose our job or somebody dies, we can then go through these storms a little easier, right? We won't be stranded in misery and, blame or fault for months and months and months on end. We can take a few deep breaths, we can come to a settling feeling, and we can just allow ourselves to get back into the flow of the universe. I crashed my car. Actually, I didn't crash it. Somebody crashed into my car last year. And I had to quit a job that was keeping me from stepping into my power about my own business, right? I was holding on to this job feeling that if I let it go, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. Well, the universe had other plans. A tow truck sideswiped my car, and it was an old car, so I only had liability insurance on it. And it was totaled. I couldn't use it anymore. It was far too expensive to fix it. So I had to quit my job, and I sat and I focused on my business. Once I did that, I realized I didn't need another job, because if I had just spent that time focusing on my business from the beginning, I would have made more money and not to be dependent on a job. So this is the awareness that I'm talking about. I wasn't even aware that I was doing that. And sometimes, we're not aware of the things that are better for us. This is where meditation comes in. Right? We need to clear our mind so that there's room for the answers to come, the answers that we're seeking. And when you do practice meditation regularly, you'll get the answers to what you're seeking and the answers to things you never even knew that you wanted before, right? They'll just start to flow into you because you've made room for them. So clearing the mind and allowing the universe to provide for you. One of my mantras is, my soul is connected to the abundance of the universe. And I'll say it again, in case you want to write it down, you're welcome to have it. I'm giving it and sharing it with all of you. My soul is connected to the abundance of the universe. We're all connected to the universe, right? So what are you attracting? Are you attracting anger or fear or people who are stressed out? Because you are reflecting exactly, back at what people are showing you. You are exactly what you have. So if you now raise your vibration to not being worried, to faith, to acceptance, to understanding, you have to be kind to yourself, compassionate with yourself, patient with yourself, right? Not saying that, I didn't get this and it's taking me so long to learn how to meditate. Those are all things that are going to lower your vibration. But if you say instead, I'm so grateful that I've learned this meditation practice, that I'm practicing every day, I'm just grateful for having the resources or the tools or the time, then you raise your vibration again, right? And you have to make a commitment to keeping your vibration high, not just 10 minutes at night when you have time or on the weekend. All the time. Every time you come up with a negative thought or a negative spoken word, you have to immediately change into gratitude. Gratitude is the easiest thing to wash away any kind of negative energy. Because if you have a shower and a refrigerator and a bed, then you have more than 75% of the people in the world, right? And if you're sitting at your computer watching this, or even on your fancy phone, then you have a lot to be grateful for. You have the phone, you have the computer, you have a place to watch it, you have electricity to charge it. You know, you have a bed, probably has nice clean sheets on it. You know, you have a shower, probably has hot water. You know, you have shoes, you have clothes. We really don't need all those things. So, you know, being grateful immediately will raise your vibration. And in a few weeks, when you stay grateful and keep your vibration up, then the universe or God will start to give you the things that you want. It will just come to you because you are grateful. So the way to move this stagnant energy through the chakra system is through a breathing practice. Our lower chakras, the root chakra, which is at the base of the spine, the sacral chakra, which is right below the belly button, and the power chakra, which is at your solar plexus. Those are the three chakras that are responsible for giving us a good life experience. It makes life easier, human physical life on this earth, when we're connected with the lower three chakras. The upper chakras are for our spiritual use, right? And a lot of people always want to work on the heart chakra and the third eye and all these things up here. But until you connect with your lower chakras, you could do all the work you want on the higher chakras. You're not really going to get very far, right? So we have to maintain groundedness. That is our root chakra, right? That's our sense of security, right? We don't want to be insecure about not having enough money or not having any friends or not having the right job, right? We have to maintain our groundedness, right? So we can be strong and we can weather the storms that come our way. The second chakra, the sacral chakra, is our sexual energy. And this is the energy that Tantra deals with. It's not used for physical sexual purposes. Sexual energy is creation energy, right? It's the energy we use to create life. But when we don't want to have children or we're not, in that mindset, then we have an abundance of creation energy. And we can use it to create whatever we want. You're going to learn in these video sessions how to harness your creation energy to create whatever it is you desire, whether you want to manifest things, whether you want to heal yourself, whether you're looking for a partner or a job or the right place to live. Connecting with this energy of the sacral chakra, you make artwork with it, you can write poetry, songs, play music, whatever it is that resonates for you, you can use this energy to make it happen. And if you take a look at the chakra chart that is appearing on the screen, you can look in the out of balance column, right? In the out of balance column, you'll see the emotional effects that you may be feeling when the chakras are blocked, right? So let's go down by the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the core, right? The bottom three chakras in the out of balance column, which would be on the right side. See if you relate to any of those issues, and then look into the imbalance column, which is right next to it, right? And then you'll see what it would feel like if you weren't having any emotional issues, right? You could see the centeredness, the groundedness, the creative power, the willpower, the drive, the determination, all these things, courage that we need to have an easier life here on earth. Fear is one of the emotions that you'll feel if your power chakra is not clear. And fear is really something that's only in our heads, right? So we're now back up to the upper chakras, which we'll get to in this video series. But fear only comes when we don't have faith, right? People who are brave have courage. It's not that they're not afraid. They're afraid, but they do it anyway, right? So when we get out of our heads and just start to have faith in the process, then the fear goes away. So this chakra chart will be flashed on the screen now and again so that you can take a look at it as we're working through the chakra system. It's also available on the Nudge You Need Facebook page. So next time you're on Facebook, you can just put in the Nudge You Need and scroll through the pictures, and you will find a copy of the chakra chart along with a bunch of notes in case you're interested in reading a little more. I probably have 20 or 30 notes on that page as well. So now that we've really covered the basis of the lower three chakras, I will teach you the breath of life and I will show you how to connect with this powerful energy. We'll put the chakra chart back up at the end of this series. And what I want you to see when you look at the chakra chart is the path that your breath of life will take. right? You're going to breathe into your belly, your lower abdomen, right? You're going to fill up your belly first, and then it's like a straw running through the center of your body. So I'm going to do the breath of life right now, and you can watch as the energy, the breath, flows through my body. I'm going to fill up my lower abdomen, fill up my belly. I'm going to bring that energy up. I'm just like going to draw it up, just like I'm sucking it up through a straw. I'm going to bring it through my heart chakra, through my throat chakra, up through my third eye, and all the way up to the crown. When I bring the root chakra energy and connect it to the crown chakra, which is the divine or the universe, it forms a really, really powerful energy in your body. So as you inhale, you can chant a mantra that says, inhaling fresh, clean, healing energy. And as you exhale, you're going to bring it back down, and you can say, exhaling everything that doesn't serve me. So if you were to be looking at the chakra chart, you have to inhale up through the positive energy and exhale back down through the out of balance column, right? Inhaling all the positive, exhaling through the negative. And that flow, if you continue to do it, will help you release the emotional blockages. Now, there are movements that go with the breathing techniques. The breathing technique will help you as you I have a little visitor here. The breathing techniques will help you to let go of emotional blockages, but the movements will help you let go of any of the aches and pains you may be experiencing in your body. The first movement we're going to do is for the root chakra, right? We're going to get grounded, right? Anytime you're in your head, you're thinking too much is going on, you could practice this technique. For women, this technique is taught so that we can have children, right? The technique is called Kegel exercises. And these exercises are the muscles in the pelvic floor. The same muscles you use to go to the bathroom, right? If you have to stop yourself from going to the bathroom, if you have to hold it, these are the muscles we're talking about. Not your butt muscles or your thigh muscles, just the muscles in your pelvic floor. For men, these muscles are so important if you want to avoid prostate issues or erectile dysfunction. If you create this practice and do your Kegel exercises regularly, you will not have to deal with that as you get older. So men are just as encouraged to do Kegel exercises as women. So the Kegel exercise is the squeezing and releasing of the muscles in the pelvic floor. But you only want to do it as you exhale, right? So let me show you a breath of life. Watch as the energy rises through my body and then falls back down. So you can see that I was pulling all that positive energy all the way up through my system. And then as I exhaled, I was bringing it back down. When we are exhaling, that's when the energy is going back to the root chakra. So that's when you want to do the Kegel exercises. When you're inhaling, you want to relax the root chakra so that you can pull that energy up. But as you exhale, you squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. This will assist you with escorting the energy back down to the root chakra. Then on the next breath, you relax, draw the energy back up, and then as you exhale, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. So this may take a little practice. Remember, don't beat yourself up. Oh, I can't get it, and why can't I get it, and how can I can't do it, and I'm doing this a week, and I still don't get it. Lower vibration. Just going to give you more of the same. Right? Every day you practice, you say, I'm so grateful for my practice. I'm thankful that I found this YouTube video. I can watch it 1,000,000 times if I have to, right? And just be in gratitude. And little by little, you will get it. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. And the blockages that are in your chakra system were created over a lifetime of issues and disappointments and experiences and whatever else has come to you, right? It just didn't happen last night. It happened in 20, 30, 40 years of life. So be patient, kind, compassionate with yourself. Give yourself a break. Be grateful. And just stay with the practice all day long. All right? So bringing the energy up as you inhale, releasing it back down as you exhale. I'm going to just give you 2 more techniques in this video clip, and then I will give you time to, take some practice time, take a few days practice, and you can join us for the next video clip, which will be the sacral chakra, right? We'll be doing movements and breath work for the sacral chakra, and we will work all the way up to the crown chakra. Remember that whenever you want to clear the chakra system, you have to start at the root chakra. If you're having heart chakra issues, you will not be able to release them until you get grounded, right? So don't just go straight to the heart chakra video. You must start at the root chakra and work your way up, all right? So the next technique is not so much a root chakra technique, but more of a technique of awareness. And this video is about awareness of where we're holding our stagnant energy and about the root chakra, right? So we did the exercise for the root chakra. Do it at your desk when you're sitting, right? Make sure you're sitting up straight, right? If you're slouching, you're not going to be able to move energy, right? You have to sit up straight, which means your pelvic tilt is under. That's called the root lock position in yoga. And your sternum has to be up. This does not mean pulling your shoulders back or sticking your chest out. It just means lifting your rib cage up off the lower half of your body. As soon as you drop your rib cage, even just a little bit, it creates a blockage in the center of your body, so you can't bring the energy up. Also, if you're experiencing aches and pains right here in your shoulders, it's not because of stress, because of anyone who's treating you anyway or causing any stress in your life. It's only because you're dropping your sternum. When you drop your sternum, you pull on these muscles, which creates the pain that you're experiencing. As soon as you lift your sternum, you've released that tension and that pain will go away. So throughout the coming days, be in awareness. When you get that pain in your neck, in your shoulders, lift your sternum, right? Lift your sternum, lift your sternum. Keep your sternum up, and that eventually will go away. Like I said, it takes some time. All right, so the next practice is a practice I like to call dangling down, and we have to stand up for it, right? So if you're sitting at a desk for your job and you're spending hours and hours at a desk, then Harvard just released a study that you should get up for 3 minutes every half hour to create some flow in the body, right? Sitting is killing us, they say. So 3 minutes every half an hour. But don't go to the coffee machine and don't go to the candy machine, right? Don't get yourself a donut. Stand up and practice these techniques. So let's all get up, and we're going to stand in a position that allows the energy to flow through our body. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. If your butt is sticking out, your root chakra is not in alignment with the rest of your chakra system, so you cannot get grounded like this. You must tuck it in. I don't want you to push it forward, but just tuck your butt in. This is the root lock. If you have lower back problems and you stand at work, tuck your butt in, right? That's going to bring you sturdiness in this area so that you don't injure yourself in this lower back area. Also, if your knees are locked, then you are very wobbly, right? Somebody can literally push you, right? But if you unlock your knees and tuck your root chakra in, now you are grounded. This is really important to remember as people are spewing negative energy on you and you're standing up here receiving all this stuff. It's taking you for, a whirlwind ride. Unlock your knees, tuck your root chakra in, and now you are grounded. Then the last little bit, lift your sternum. Now you have cleared the path to move the energy from the root chakra all the way up to the crown, right? So that's part of the awareness. Your posture. When you're sitting down at your desk, don't lean back in your chair. That's slouching. You want to sit up at the edge of the chair. Even if you're there for hours, you don't want to lean back. You want to sit up, keep your knees at a 90-degree angle, feet flat on the floor, pelvic tilt under, sternum up, and maintain that breath of life throughout the day. That way, anytime somebody bugs you with an email or a person, you will take one deep breath and you will release everything that doesn't serve you, right? So get up from your desk, stand up straight, connect with the breath of life. It may be a little bit more difficult when you're standing because you're, thinking about doing and this and that. You want to turn off the phone, whatever you can do. Step away from your desk if you can. Go into another room, go outside. People who are smoking cigarettes are going outside to smoke a cigarette, right? So you, although you don't smoke a cigarette, can go outside for 5 minutes and connect with nature, feel the sun, get your feet in the grass, whatever you can do to connect with something other than the bright fluorescent lights at work. So you stand up straight, put your hand on your sacral chakra, and when you close your eyes, it's much easier to focus within. When you keep your eyes open, even if there's a blank wall, you know, your mind will go like, oh, look at that spot. Is that a spider? Or, you know, the shadow, it looks like a star. You know, those things will start to distract you. So close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your lower abdomen, right? I'm going to do it again, so in case you didn't get it the first time, you can watch. Right? So the mantra is inhaling fresh, clean, healing energy, exhaling everything that doesn't serve me. So the movement, the first one we're going to do is called dangling down, right? You must do the movements on the exhale, because when we inhale, we're inhaling fresh, clean, healing energy. When we exhale, we're exhaling everything that doesn't serve us, which includes physical aches and pains, right? So we take a deep breath. As we exhale, we're going to dangle down. Don't lock your knees. Don't keep your head up. You got to drop everything. This technique works with gravity. As you inhale, you're going to maintain your breath of life even in this position. You're going to inhale into your belly. You're going to draw the energy up. Fill yourself up as you inhale. Now watch what happens as I exhale. Then I inhale. Exhale, right? One more time. And then on the exhale, slowly coming back up, right? There's no trying to let go of this energy. If you're in this position and you're trying to touch your toes and your head is up like this, nothing is going to let go. When you try or force, you're holding on by using your muscles, right? You can't let gravity do the job if you're like this. When you let go, gravity can pull the tension out of your shoulders and right out your fingertips. Gravity can pull the tension out of your neck, right out of the top of your head, if you allow it to. You can't force it to, right? I don't want you to try to touch your toes. I want you to stay in this position, breathe, and allow your body to let go of the tension, wherever that may be, so that eventually you will be touching your toes, right? There is no right or wrong. You don't have to do this within an hour. You don't have to do this within a day or 2 days or a week. It may take you a few weeks to finally get down to your toes. But there's no right or wrong. Don't beat yourself up. Eventually you will get there when you let go of whatever it is that's keeping you from touching your toes. This could be tension in your calves, in your thighs, maybe your butt muscles, maybe your back, maybe up here in your shoulders. Check in with yourself as you're dangling down. Where am I holding? Why aren't I touching my toes? Is it here? If it's here, then let go as you exhale. Breathe deeply, relax, and then let go as you exhale. Every time you exhale, you have the opportunity to let go, right? Releasing everything that doesn't serve me and just allowing gravity to slowly pull you down. All right, so that is a great technique. When you're sitting a lot, stand up, dangle down, connect with the power of all that is. Set your intention for letting go of anything that people are spewing on you or coming through the computer. Maybe you had a bad conversation on the phone, whatever it is, right? The dog ate the shoe, right? Maybe your dog can give you upset, right? So just take that deep breath, release it. It doesn't make sense you stay in anger at the dog for eating the shoe, right? You just have to go buy another pair of shoes or live without one pair. And the last technique I want to share with you is really also a technique that works with gravity, and it allows you to let go of the stress and tension in your body, in your mind, and this technique is jumping up and down. But there's a right and a wrong way to do this. The right way to do it is to totally relax your body when you're jumping. Again, we're working with gravity. So I'll just jump once so you can get the idea. I'm going to jump and land, right? The heavier I land, the more opportunity gravity has to pull this tension out of your arms, right? Every time you land, that tension will just go right out your fingertips. But If you're holding like this and jumping, nothing is moving, right? You're going to keep this tension that's up here in your upper body, right? So you gotta let it go. Now, if you're at work and you can't necessarily jump, you can just kind of get up on your heels and just land heavily. But you must let your arms go. They must flap around like, a rag doll, right? If you're holding, nothing's gonna work. You may increase your heart rate a little, which is really important. We must work out our hearts. They're a muscle too, right? So if you're not jogging, or if you're not a basketball player, if you're not getting your heart rate going on a daily basis, this jumping up and down will be another way for you to work out your heart muscle, right? So as you're jumping, you must maintain that breath of life, right? You inhale the energy up, you exhale it back down. That's how joggers jog 26 miles, right? They don't run out of breath. And I'm jumping up and down and I'm talking to you, right? It took me a while to be able to do that. So practice in front of the mirror. Make sure your arms are flopping. Don't move your arms. If you move your arms, every time you move your arm, you create tension in your muscle. We're wanting to release tension, not create tension. So allow it to move. It's all about allowing, right? We can't force anything in life. We may be able to force it for a minute, but in the end, it's not going to stay the way we want it, right? Once we clear our mind of forcing the issue and we allow the flow, that's when things start to change in our lives. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Go and practice. The thought I'm going to leave you with is that knowing what I'm teaching you here today is not going to help you one bit, right? You can know about the breath of life and you can know about these releasing techniques, but until you practice them, nothing's going to change. It's kind of like if we want to lose weight, we know we have to change our diet and work out, but just knowing that we have to change our diet and work out isn't going to help us lose weight. We actually have to do it, right? So take this day and a couple more days, practice what I have taught you, and then come back and we'll work on the second chakra, the sacral chakra. Namaste. Thank you.